guys. Sorry about that. I'm messing with my camera. I am so happy that you're joining me. So this is the camera that I mess with because this is what I record for my Instagram reels. So I just got to make sure that I'm lined up good enough. And I just have to remember to hit record too. So for me, remembering one thing's hard, but remembering a couple of things is really hard. So welcome, welcome, welcome. My name's Lisa, and I'm the owner of Sweet and Sassy Treasures. We are a DIY boutique of items, if you will. So we are a very proud IOD stockist, DIY paint retailer, decoupage queen retailer, paint couture retailer, Monahan papers, Roycycle papers. We try to be your one-stop shop. And I am live. Hi, Mary. Hi, Judy. Every Tuesday and Wednesday at 4 o'clock. But this week is super exciting because it's countdown to IOD release. Like, how fun is that? So I thought, let's do a little pre-release party and we'll use past IOD holiday products in an effort to contain our excitement. Hello, everybody. Hi, Vincetta, Shane, Monta, Dorothy, Pauline. Thanks, guys. Welcome to my YouTube friends. And that reminds me, you guys, a lot of people are telling me that the other social media platform that they're not able to see very far in the feed, that they go to watch videos and it says all caught up. So YouTube is the easiest place to watch on replay. So if you go to my YouTube channel, Sweet and Sassy Treasures, and I'll put the link there. Hi, Becky. Then you can ring the little bell and you'll be notified when I'm live. And the videos are super easy to find. And bonus, I'm doing for sure 2, if not 3, YouTube videos for the new release. So I've been working really hard behind the scenes, some new things that you've never seen me do before, and I am so excited. So those will be on my YouTube channel as well. So I'll try and remember to put the link. I am flying solo here. Pam wasn't feeling well, so she went home, and I am ready to get to it. No Pam today, Joan. So today I know I'm using the ginger and spice mold, and then I have ideas for the rest of the week, but I don't want to say yet because I'm afraid to commit that I might change my mind. Here's the other thing. Anything that I'm using, I have in stock, at least today or the day that I'm using it. I don't have a lot of last year's items, and I don't have, oh, I lie. I do have one Fairy Merry Christmas left. I do, because I got, let me just make sure. Do I have 1 or 2? I have 2 Fairy Merry Christmas transfers. Oops, let me turn this over. So, Fairy Merry Christmas. I do have 2 of these. And then I have stamps and molds. So everything except for Fairy Merry Christmas, I've already marked down 20% off. And then I'm thinking to myself, well, if it were me, so close to the release, I wouldn't want to pay shipping. I have an answer for you. So if you use promo code, I have nothing to look at. ADME, ADDME. Let me look and see. If anybody can tell me, it's on a previous post. Hi, Ellen. Switch to YouTube. Yeah, everybody's saying that that's better. Hi, Denise. No Pam today. ADME. Thank you, Dorothy. So promo code ADME, it will, you'll order it. It's secured, and it will ship with your holiday release items. So that's what ADME means, and it does free shipping. So it doesn't charge you shipping at all. And that's only for this, though. for this promo. After this, then I'll take that down because we all know I work really hard to keep shipping as low as possible. And then this is a conversation for another day, but golden ticket, same thing as last time. Any 2 items, and I promise you, you won't be able to just pick 2. This is the best release. All right, Lisa, zip it and get to work. So I'm flipping it over. I need to adjust my camera just a little bit. Don't want it to be, you can see all the things I'm using. There we go. This looks really ugly right now, okay? I realize that. And we're going to make it all caps, add me. Thank you so much, Dorothy. The release, I thought you guys already knew. They haven't told you. It's supposed to be announced today. Somebody please let me know because I don't want to get in trouble. Now I'm scared. They have a date and they're going to announce it today. And we'll be live every day doing a project before the release. Oh, okay. So here's what I've done. I am using the ginger and spice mold. Let me grab it. I have resin in it right now. And it is, I haven't seen anything. Oh, they're going to, okay. So they're going to tell you today. I'm so glad I didn't say anything because like I would get in really big trouble. But, well, it's next week. But other than that, I'm not, okay. So here's ginger and spice. And I did some really fun things with it last year. So it has gingerbread girl. So mom, dad, son, daughter, little Scotty dog. And then it has a super fun candy cane that is definitely worth having. And then this was just using up extra resin, like one of those red and white Christmas candies and one of the wrapped candies. And then my gingerbread mold, he's not quite set up yet, but this is the girl that I used. We're going to make a witch today. And what's really ugly right now is going to be super cute. This paper is called Tree of Life or Haunted Tree. Thank you, Denise. Thank God I didn't say anything. And my board measures 8 by 12. So what I did was I cast her in black because she's going to be a witch. And then I made this hat out of, oops, I keep going to the wrong camera. Oops. How about if there we go. I made this hat out of air dry clay. And what I did was I used this cookie cutter that I got at Dollar Tree, like just yesterday. It came with a cookie cutter, a bat, and a skeleton. And I cut it out. And then I have this mushroom thing. And I just kind of curved it over that and flipped up the rim a little bit. And that's how I made the hat. We're going to paint that black. And it's fairly dry. It's not real dry though. But first things first, let's get the paper on here. I'm going to use clear liquid patina. As long as it'll open. Well, this one's not going to open. I've got another one. I don't know about you guys, but I have no grip strength anymore. My dad used to tell me that all the time, and I thought, how can that be? Is your mushroom thing a pottery tool? It's not, but that's what one of the things I use it for. I have some. I got them from Carmen when I went there. I bought a bunch of them, but that's what it's super nice for, making curves in. like pottery and stuff. Okay, there, this one opened. So I pre-cut this out. It's a Monoham paper, so it's 11 by 17. And I've sprayed the front and back with Rust-Oleum matte sealer. I don't necessarily like cutting them out in advance because then I've got to worry about how I place them, you know, making sure everything gets lined up. But I wanted to be efficient, and that's one of the ways to be efficient is by doing that. So I just want to make sure it's wet everywhere. This paper is very much like copy paper, but it's a little heavier. It's 27 pounds. So the thicker your paper, the more beef you need in your decoupage medium. So I'm just going to attach the one end. And then I'm going to smooth it. That's pretty good. I'm going to use my felt tool that I cannot live without. Thank you, Teresa from Decoupage Queen. And when you do all of that, you don't get wrinkles and bubbles. So one of the things that I'm not good at remembering is to start my paper at one end and smooth the air out as I move to the other end. So I just got my pottery order shipped to Shannon, and I cannot wait until it gets there safely. It was, she bought things I didn't even have a chance to post, but I'll be making more. 3 like cute little Christmas trees that are droopy with a droopy star on them, a pumpkin. I won't be making any more pumpkins. And the ghosts that I had posted. I have really cute snowmen in the kiln right now that I will pick up on Thursday that I'm so excited about. But because I'm paranoid to ship, they're shipped in like huge boxes. They're just wrapped and wrapped and wrapped. So I'll feel much better when those arrive. So I'm going to just take my heat gun and just get the drying process started with this. I'll show you my pumpkins from last week. I didn't pick up my shiny sealer yet. So these are the Hobby Lobby ceramic pumpkins. So I got this one. And then the other one is almost done. Not quite yet. I need to add the gold. But that's a really fun one. And then I have to paint the third one. But I'm going to use a high gloss spray sealer on them. Just need to get this started. And I won't be using, only the tree is going to be seen. So the skeleton and this other creepy devil creature won't be there either. So I need to let that set. So now I've got my witch hat and my gingerbread girl. And I'm going to use whatever black I have sitting here, which is Little Black Dress. So I did pour her in black resin. I love black resin. The matte finish that you get is so cool. And then we'll be doing some other things to the part that would be like her arms and her face and stuff. But let me get the black paint on there so it can dry. My favorite Halloween colors are black and purple. But with the paper that I've got, I'm going to keep it monochromatic. So it's going to be black with metallic. I did take a tool and impress a little band in the hat that will show up once I get the coordinating color of paint down there. Now I'd like this to be a little drier. Oops. And if I were not doing this on a live, I would have glued everything onto my board and shaped the hat at that point. But you don't have that luxury one when you're doing a live. And I can always touch that up if I need to. So I'm just going to kickstart that with the dryer. So I used that background paper on a project I did last year that I did the entire family. She was a witch. The dad was Frankenstein. The little boy was a mummy. And so that's what's inspiring this. Oh, how come an angry face? Who did I make angry? I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. And for this, I'm going to use, I'm going to go here first because what I do here is going to have a lot to do with what color I do her in. So my background, where's this? Let me see how close I can get it here. There we go. It's a funny color. So I have tarnished pearl sitting here. But I think it's going to need to be caramelized out a little bit. So I'm going to put some sandy blonde on my plate. Tarnished pearl is an off-white, but with a gray base. Come on, baby. See if I can get the bottom off of this. Gosh, you guys, zero grip strength. So I'll just put this tool in here. So I've got some sandy blonde and some tarnished pearl. And I'll even put some crinoline on my plate. And we'll see where I end up. So I'm just going to take just a regular brush for now. And I'm going to start bringing in the colors. Let's see what I like. So we're a little too creamy there. I'm just going to dry brush a little bit. And we're pretty white. I feel like I've got a little bit of black on my plate. I'm going to try just a little bit. Why is there no such thing as just a little bit of black? Like, let's see what we get. Oh, that's kind of fun. Just added black to all those other colors. And I'm liking that. And I could have fussy cut the tree, right? But I liked the color of the background too. So that's why I didn't just fussy cut the tree. Now, might I just kind of try and cover that up a little bit too? We'll dry that. They were so fun, Judy. That was an accident. Oh, thanks, Vincetta. I mean, because I'm sure I get people mad, either because I'm, not in camera or something like that. So these other colors are going to add interest to our background too. There. I'm going to go into my plate where it's darker. Get that edge. Do the same thing over here. Just going where I've got some darker colors. And maybe I'll grab lighter. I'm really going in right now, same brush, but I'm taking some of the Sandy Blonde Tarnished Pearl Crinoline. I'm going to get that on my brush. Just go in this area where maybe we have more highlights. And I'll go grab a little bit more of that off the corner. Go in here. And that's fun. I'm happy with that. There's just black. And I'll do more of that when I paint the sides. But just so we can get a feel how good that's going to look once I get that black edge on there. Hi, Shannon. I was just talking about how nervous I am until you get your pottery pieces. I'm not going to rest. I meant to look and see when they're supposed to be delivered. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to take a baby wipe and blur that heavy edge just a little bit. And then we're going to seal this. just to get that to blend in with the background of my paper. So just softening that edge. And I like the brush strokes, so I'm not going to worry too much about all of that. So now I'm going to take some Big Top. Oh, I'm just so nervous. I am thinking, I'm positive it's going to arrive. I am positive about that. So I'm getting some rippling around the edges of my paper. And coulda, shoulda sanded those. Whenever I add the Big Top directly to my project, I always add too much. But look at how good that blends in with the background. So I'm getting some rippling right there. Smooth that down. So that's going to look good. I'm really happy with that. So let me dry this. Get a little bubble right there. But when it dries, it'll go right back down. I am going to sand all around this edge because it's expanded up there. I just need it to dry more. I love that background. Okay. So I'm just going to set that up a little bit. We're going to go here. So I think last year I used Dazzling Aluminum and I liked it, but I'm going to use Stardust. And bonus, mine's a little bit thick because I put it in a different container, so it's probably not as airtight. So it's going to make it easier to build up. So that's what Stardust is. Stardust is like gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So now that I got a feel for what's going on with the background, I'm going to take those same colors, and that's kind of the look that I'm going to give the part of her that's not, I'm going to go into this corner right here where I mix the light colors. So for the part of her that's like facial features. And just from doing that little bit, I think I'm going to like the sandy blonde against the black resin. So if you missed it in the beginning, we are having a pre-release celebration. And every day I'm going to be live. I posted the schedule using a previous holiday product that I promise, at least as of this live, I have in stock. And they are 20% off. So I intentionally bought extra product well into the season last year so I would have it this year. And while it seemed like I was storing it for a long time, I'm so glad that I did now. So we can have this celebration. So what I'm hoping to do with these, I tried snowmen, right? And that didn't work out so well for me. Didn't care for, or at least didn't work for me, trying to get these guys to be snowmen. So I'm going to dry this. But my friend Tracy suggested that I try and make them angels. So I'm going to try that too. No, Pam, Sheila, thank you. They're announcing a date today. I thought you guys already knew. Thank God I didn't spill anything. Because that would be like, there's frowned upon, and then there's like that would be like, I'd be shunned. All right, so I'm liking the sandy blonde on here. I just felt like I needed another coat, which is going to seem silly because I'm going to use black chiffon glaze. So it's going to be like, it'll seem like counterintuitive. So I like that. So she needs to dry. Then last year I got these at Dollar Tree, and I'm sure they have them this year still. These big brooms. So what I did was I trimmed the top of the handle off of mine. Shannon, that's what we were talking about, was the gingerbread people. That's the inspiration for this. And then I trimmed the broom as well. So I have that. And then I have the hat. So with the hat right now, while I'm waiting for things to dry, I have so much stuff sitting here. Let me just hit my little girl with this. You know this is going to have words, right? And they're going to be sassy. So this is what, that's not totally dry yet, but this is what we have so far. It's so cute. Okay, I am going to, now that I just did that, I'm going to take another brush, a small one, and I'm going to go into, I think I need it, her to be a little more tarnished pearl. So I'm going to dry brush tarnished pearl over her face. And I think that's going to be better. And remember, I'm using black chiffon. Her little neck area. Zoe, Mama doesn't like you down here. Last year when I made these, I didn't have the black resin. I didn't even know it existed. Okay. There we go. Good thing I did a lot of prep in advance, huh? Okay. I'm going to let that sit for just a minute. I'm going to go to this. And this is Stardust. So I put a little band right there in the hat. I use like a clay tool. And I'm going to take the Stardust. And I like that it's thick. And actually, I can see that I went in the wrong direction with the band. So I'm going to correct it. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty on the black? So this mold, you can use promo code ADME. Oh my God, it's so stinking pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? That's Stardust. So pretty. Okay, that's all I'm going to use on that. Now, I'll go back in there in a second. Let me put that in water. I need a baby wipe. And I'm out. That's not good, and they're upstairs. So you know I want to yell, Ken, I need some baby wipes. All right, so I'm going to take, and I'm just going to wipe back so that I have a little of each color on my little girl. And I'm wiping a little bit harder on her wrists because of her bracelets. I want that black to come through. So same thing over here, rubbing a little harder on her little bracelets. And I'm just going to wad this up. Her neck is looking a little too light to me. Okay. I need a brush that'll get the baby wipe debris off of here. That's going to be good. Okay, so now I'm going to seal her. Get her little neck. I've got some paint on her dress. I'm intentionally not wiping that off. I like it. And I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to go to her hat. And I'm going to seal that. So remember I told you that the saying is a little sassy. I'm not sealing the metallic. I'm going to let that dry right in there. Now, I'll probably hit it with black chiffon. That's drying. This is drying. I'm going to move those over to the side. And I'm going to get my sander out. And I'm going to sand this board. I can't believe it took me so long to figure out that if I set my boards on blocks that I could sand them on camera. Because I would have enough of an edge. So I can sand these edges. And I probably could use more sandpaper, truth be known. But I like a really sanded edge so that my black paint seeps into my paper. So this is where my paper was way too long. You can see it's not even fully dry yet. This is going to be really fun. Okay. So now that's all sanded. So when I go in with the black paint, I'm going to get a really nice edge around there. So I'm going to do that now. Hi, Gracie. And I do take my orbital sander to the sides of the plywood, but it's still plywood, so it doesn't always cover in my first pass. So now I'm going to take that brush, stop shaking, and run it along that edge. Because that edge is raw, it's going to bleed. So when I was trying to think of what I wanted to put for words on this, my first thought was, all the nice stuff like good witch and stuff like that. And I'll always Google like whatever I'm thinking. So cute witch sayings. And that's how I came up with the one that I picked. Can you guys see okay? Thumbs up. Plus it helps my algorithm. Happy faces, crap, even angry faces help my algorithm. Isn't that funny? So tonight is going to be a major editing night for me, so I can get all my videos done. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you so much. I think it's going to be really a fun one. Oh my God, you guys, I think I'm having a hot flash. I can remember one of the worst days was when I asked my doctor when they stop. And she said, "Oh, honey, Sometimes they never do. It's like, oh, yay. So I'm just running that edge. I like it where it gets like yucky like that, where it looks like, if you were to take a frame on like a photo software and they show that little edge that looks like, a negative. That's what I like trying to accomplish. And I do that kind of with the butt of my brush. I just think it adds interest. And I'll let that dry. I'm going to kickstart it. We're just glad you're here. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys can see. Trying to negotiate both cameras. So I do soften that edge. There are times I leave it rough like that. All right, let's go grab our guys that are drying. She's still not dry. So let me grab this. I think the color is like perfect, but we are going to add some black spun. Oh, where's my little hat? Okay, do you guys want to peek at the whole thing? Don't leave me though if I let you see the whole thing. So she's going to get black chiffon, right? So there's my witch, and that will help the details in her face pop out. And then here's the broom, and I'm going to put something on the center of the broom. I don't know if it'll be a crystal or what. Okay, and then this is so fun. One of these I don't have done because I'm going to do it on camera. So, in a world full of princesses, be a witch. Is it too sassy? Let's do this while we're here. So I'm going to use my Tim Holtz inks. Same thing I always do. That's a good question if they're pumpkins hanging from the tree. That paper, I find the ghoul that I covered in that corner like so disturbing, but I love the tree. So I print these out and then I cut them. Nope, Dorothy, it's a Monoham paper. So, and then I like bend them. And this is antique linen, but this is the same blender I use for like all my inks, so it has a lot of colors on it. And then this is vintage photo, and I like to just deepen that outside edge. Sometimes I'll even use walnut. There we go. Let me get those out of the way. And I like varying my fonts for emphasis. Okay, so now we're going to black chiffon her, and I need to get my tight bond. Oh, tell me my black chiffon is here. Oh, here it is. Guys, I'm still using the one from like 7 years ago, 16-ounce container. Okay. Something's telling me that I should be using D&D first. So we'll see. Yeah, it's in products used in this week's live to make it easy to find. Um, Tree, it has the word tree in it, that I know. So I'm just going to use this brush, go into my black Spon. Now remember, I've got Big Top on there, so it should make it easy to wipe back. And I want that black Spon to sit in the details. There we go. Just gives her a little bit more personality. Oops. Okay, so now making the most of this last baby wipe, that's for sure. It does pill on the castings, which I don't like. I think she's very ghouly. All right, I'm going to set her down and let her dry. And that way I can get all the little fuzzies off of her too. So I'm going to take my black Spon and go over my Stardust here. Actually, let me just go over the entire hat. It makes it really pretty. And the rest of her I can do after she's glued on. So I like to take that brush that I had stiff bristles on it. Right here. And that gets that pilling off pretty well. Got my tight band. Love the witch. By the way, do you have the Roy Cycled holiday patterns? Holiday patterns. I never ordered either of those, Rita. And it's been hard to get inventory, so I just kind of stepped back for a little bit from it. Um, so many other things going on. So that should be good. So I'm going to get her in place. Let me make sure she's straight. Oh, she's so cute. Okay. So really the points where the hat's going to attach is going to be mostly to her head. Yep, that's good. That. Okay. This is going to get hot glued on, or a different kind of glue. So I'm going to put my tight bond away. And now I'm going to add some metallic to my girl here. So I've got that same Stardust metallic. What is the silver called again? Stardust. And all the metallics are under metallic on my page. I don't have them listed individually. And then you select the color in the drop-down menu. All right, I just wanted to stir this up a little bit. It's like the best consistency. All right. So now I'm going to take, and I'm going to do, I know you can see the buttons. And this is not ideal when you're shaking. I don't need them to be perfect, but there's a fine line between not perfect and a hot mess because you're shaking. And I'll move that. So cute. It's like when you put jewelry on yourself and it just like, it's like, everything is complete. Oh, she's so cute. Okay, spin this around this way. So I'm not dry brushing, but I'm not painting either. I'm just getting some on my brush and just kind of letting it hit the tips of this trim here. And then I'll do the same on the bottom here. I think that looks really good. Like I could hit the high points of her dress. I just don't think that would look good. I'm going to take some stardust and run it along my words. Just make everything cohesive. Not everywhere necessarily. So sometimes the brush is hitting more inside the tag, and that looks really cool. The script font is called Scriptina Pro, and I don't remember what this distress typewriter font is called, but everything's downloaded from dafont.com. But the Stardust looks really, really good on here. Thank you, Gabrielle. Hi, Carol. Rita, I can find those for you too. Those papers. If I reorder, um, I have to hit a minimum. Okay. Now I'm going back to black chiffon. We're almost done. He's like, sure. And I'm hitting the jewelry. Cute little bracelets. Her buttons. Her trim. Just can't get that pilling to stop. There we go. And that just, again, gives it some cohesiveness. Taking the black chiffon on my brush, and I'm going to outline her so it looks like a shadow. And I don't want a lot on my brush. Like that back. I don't want it to look like it was just like pasted on there, which is what I did. Got some glue here, even though it'll dry clear. The other thing I need to do is soften these edges here and get that black to come into my paper a little bit. And then I should have a clean baby wipe. Gosh darn it. Let me see if I can find a clean spot. There we go. Got a little clean spot right there. Just to blend it into my paper a little more. Okay. Now it looks like everything is meant to be. All right, I'm going to use the Beacon Magnatac to attach everything. So I don't like my labels to be flat. There we go. Oh, that explains it. Okay. So I just try and tack it in spots. So I have it bowed up a little bit. So I've got the end, spot here, spot here, spot there. Okay, now the broom is probably going to be a little harder. So I'm going to try and stick it right there and a little bit on the handle. But it's going to be tricky. To get that to stick. Hot glue would definitely be the better way to go there. Thanks, you guys, so much. So that's not going to want to stay there. And they definitely have to use hot glue. But the other thing I'm famous for is setting stuff that's heavy on top of it. So like that right there. And then it's just not going to want to stay. So I will post pictures of this, you guys, in a few minutes after I get everything to stick. But I so appreciate you. I will be live tomorrow at 4 o'clock. No tile. We're going to be using Christmas stuff. And Ginger Witch is so cute. Thank you, Shannon. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. Bye, everybody.